Hi guys, I'm currently trying to reduce my calorie count. So I've been trying to develop some new recipes that are lower on calories but that still taste delicious. So today's recipe is like that. It's still absolutely delicious, so you have to trust me on that. But it's very, very light. So it's a broccoli soup, a broccoli potato soup. It's really flavorful and creamy. I hope you will enjoy it. We have very simple ingredients for this soup. So I have some potatoes here, the broccoli, 1 onion, 3 cloves of garlic. Then I have my coconut milk, but you could also use just cream instead, and a cube of vegetable broth. So the first thing you want to do is to prep the vegetables. You want to peel the onion, and then you just want to finely dice it. And then you want to do the same with the garlic cloves. So first peel them, and then just slice finely. Then you want to peel the potatoes and cube them. And then you also want to prep the broccoli. So here what you want to do is to remove the stalks, so the hard parts, and leave those aside. And then we're just going to break these a little bit smaller. So I have these kind of small bits. And then what you want to do is also to chop these into smaller pieces. So we are doing this separately because these parts cook a little bit longer. So we want to cook these with the potatoes and then the green parts later. Then you want to heat a medium pot over medium heat, and once it's warm, add a little bit of olive oil just to cover the bottom of the pan or of the pot. And then you want to add in your onion. And we just want to soften the onion and lightly brown it. So now my onions are getting some beautiful color, as you can see. I'm gonna add in my garlic at this point. Make sure you keep the heat on medium. And I'm gonna give the garlic also a couple of minutes before I add in the potatoes. Then after those couple of minutes, you want to add in the potatoes. And just shortly mix them in. We are just gonna give them a couple of minutes like this before we add in the water. My camera decided to stop, so you want to add in the water. I've added the water in already. And now you want to turn up the heat to medium high for just a little and cover your pot and bring it to boil. And then once it's come to boil, you can reduce the heat back to medium. We're just gonna shortly mix everything. And we are going to add in the vegetable stock. So I'm using the cubes. If you're using a ready-made vegetable stock, then you can add it in instead of the water. So I'm using cubes and I'm just gonna crush them in now. And also we are going to add in these hard ends of the broccoli. So these need a little bit more time to cook. So you can add them in now, and then we're just gonna mix them in. And you want to cover your pot again and cook for about 10 minutes or until the potatoes and the broccoli parts are cooked through. Now it's been about 10 minutes for my vegetables and I've just tested. So this is the broccoli piece. It's still not cooked through, and the potatoes, they're quite soft as you can see, but also not soft enough. So I'm gonna give my vegetables another 5 minutes, so just so that they are nice and soft before I start pureeing them. So now it's been that 5 minutes and I'm just gonna check again on my vegetables. So just with a spoon, the potato is really soft and cooked through, and the broccoli as well. So now you want to blend everything with an immersion blender. So I'm just gonna remove the top from heat for a little, and with my immersion blender I'm gonna blend until smooth. So it's okay if there are little pieces, but we want this kind of creamy structure. So once it's looking like this, you can see there are some pieces still, but that's okay. Just so that it's nice and thick and creamy and mostly blended. Then we can remove the immersion blender. And then we want to add in the coconut milk. And you can transfer your pot back to heat. And we just want to mix in the coconut milk, turn the heat up so that we bring it back to boil. So I'm just allowing the coconut milk to melt in first. And as I said, if you don't want to use coconut milk, you can use regular cream instead, or you can also use cream cheese instead of the coconut milk. So now the coconut milk is almost melted in, so there's just one little piece, and I want to taste the soup now. So you just want to check whether it has enough salt or not. Mine has enough salt because of the broth cubes that I used. And for those of you who know me will know what I'm going to add in now. So I'm gonna add in about a teaspoon of dried thyme, and I'm also gonna add in a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. Then I'm just gonna shortly mix that in. My soup is coming to boil, and now we want to add the greens. So the broccoli greens into the soup and just allow them to sink in into the liquid. And then you just want to bring your soup to simmer. So I'm just waiting until it comes to simmer. Then I'm gonna reduce the heat so that it's lightly simmering, and I will give it about 5 minutes just so that these greens start to cook through. You don't want them to be really mushy, you just want them to start to cook through, and that's how you will have the most flavor, so the most broccoli flavor in your soup. I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy to make light soup recipe, and if you like recipes like this, don't forget the thumbs up so I also know, and I will try to make more light recipes and share them with you. Also, if you're new to my channel, then you can subscribe right now, and if you don't forget to tap that bell, then you won't miss any of my new videos. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.